Okay, English 4 guys, period 1 and 2. How are you all doing? I want to remind you we have about 3.5 weeks left. 4 weeks will be the end of the semester that Friday. Today's the 27th, so we have next week, which is the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th. That last week is the end of the semester. So your guys' last day to turn in grades is going to be Wednesday, May the 20th, right here. So that gives you plenty of time to finish your assignments. If we look here in Google Classroom under people, there are a bunch of you who have not gone into Google Classroom and set up your account. You need to do that fairly quickly. We need to complete all of our assignments here. If you look under classwork, there are many assignments for you to do. A few of you have turned in some of the packet work and I've graded it. I've already changed and uploaded your grades to PowerSchool. So if you have the app, you can go in and look and see what your updated grade is. I did that last Friday. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, you can email me at patnewley@gmail.com. At this point, you guys should be deep into the An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge short story work. So there's lots of assignments. There are multiple choice questions, shorter answer questions. I even uploaded YouTube video response questions. I created or uploaded an audiobook for you if you want to listen to the story as you read it. All of your formatives have been uploaded also. Some of you have already turned in the physical copies, so you don't have to do these if you've already turned in that. I've even uploaded a lecture that has to do with the story. So make sure that you read that. Looks like Emma Diaz is the only one who's completed this assignment, and I gave her 100 because she did all the work. Now remember, your grade cannot go down. It can only go up. But there are a few of you who at this moment are not passing, and so because of that, you need to make sure you complete these assignments so that you can get your credit at the end of the semester. You do not want to have to take English 4 next January because we're not having the spring semester classes and the fall semester class anymore. So that's going to be 2 semesters where you're going to have to wait until you can do the class. So please make sure that you are completing your work. This is a quick video. You guys should know by now what we're doing. I'm going to upload a little video to go with this one on organization. Please email me or call me. My phone number is on the school's website. So if you need any information there, you can connect with me. Remember, if you still want to go on to the school's website, there are all of your assignments here. They are in PDF files, so it's going to be tough for you to complete the work that way unless it's easy for you to just write on paper and take pictures and email them back to me, which you can do that if you want to. But if you have a chance to use Google Classroom, it's going to be much more simple for you to complete the assignments. So here's what they look like here from the school website. There's your formatives. Here's the short story if you want to read it there. Here's the first set of questions and the second set of questions. I will be uploading the third set of questions in a couple of days. There's a YouTube video response worksheet for you to use. So please make sure that you are completing these assignments and getting them turned in efficiently. If you have any questions, please let me know anything. I will be sitting here. I'll be doing some more grading. I have a couple more assignments that I...
Hello and welcome, thinkers and learners. I'm Dr. Jason Wright with Think It Clear, and you've clicked on this video because you want to know how to never miss an assignment ever again. And today I'm going to tell you how. Okay, so the insight I'm going to share with you today comes from years and years of grinding it out as a student myself. I spent the better part of 9 years completing my master's and PhD, and in that time, I learned that if I wanted to be successful as a student, there were essentially 3 things that I had to do. First, I had to spend the necessary amount of time to successfully complete each assigned task. Second, turn in a piece of quality work. And third, turn every assignment in on time. I developed an understanding that if I did those 3 things that I would do well. And in the end, I finished both my master's and PhD with honors, meaning I had a GPA of a 3.5 or higher when I graduated, so the proof is in the pudding. What I want to share with you today and what I feel will help benefit you greatly are some actionable steps that you can take to begin shifting your habits and as a consequence, position yourself for the type of success that you're wanting. Now, I do want to comment here and say that these are not complicated actions. They're quite simple, actually. Success in this area is really about doing the simple things on a regular basis that leads to great results. So here's the first action. Write down every assignment you have at the beginning of every term. As soon as you receive your syllabus in each class, take time to mine each one and find the schedule of assignments that your instructor has outlined for you. Not every instructor will provide every assignment's due date up front, but at a minimum, they will likely give you a time frame for when something will be due. Also, some instructors will provide a separate schedule that's not part of the syllabus, and if they do, then make sure and reference that as well. In my classes, I always outline what would be due in the syllabus, but would then provide a separate schedule with the exact due dates for each assignment. But every instructor is different. If your instructor gives you exact dates, great. Write those down. If they give you rough estimates, okay, fine. Still write them down. As a part B to this point, write or type everything on a sheet that you always have access to. I like using Google Sheets because I keep all of my files organized on my Google Drive, which allows me to access anything I want from any device I use. Actually, I provided a link to a simple sheet for you in the description. So if you want to use that for writing your assignments down, cool. If you want to do it a different way, do it a different way, but just make sure that you do it. Honestly, whatever works for you, do that. But just make sure you write everything down in one place. I should note here that you definitely want to itemize and organize each of your assignments according to each class. Keep it neat so that everything stays clear. The second action you should take is to segment your assignments into sections of time. My recommendation here is to do this quarterly and weekly. The reason for this is that it allows you to keep both a medium to long-term vision, but also a short-term vision. The Student Success Journal, which is a companion resource that you can use to set and hit a GPA goal each and every semester, helps you do just that. Part of what's available in it are a couple of sheets that are used to organize your assignments per class for each quarter and then each week. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Once you have secured your syllabi and written down all of your assignments for the semester, you can use this quarterly sheet to write down what will be due quarter by quarter. For a 16-week semester, that's going to be every 4 weeks. Then at the beginning of each week, there's going to be a weekly assignment sheet that looks very similar. The premise here is to always have a clear vision as to what's due and when it's due. I also added here the level of perceived difficulty because that will help to know how much time should be carved out. Which leads us to the third action. Create a weekly calendar for yourself. When you get all of your assignments written down for the week, you will need to determine how much time is actually needed in order to complete each assigned task. This is where the perceived level of difficulty that was discussed just a couple of moments ago comes into play. The reality for most students is that some subjects, classes, or instructors are going to be more difficult than others, which means that the assignments that come with those things are going to likely necessitate more of your time. If you don't properly evaluate the amount of time that is needed for each assignment, then you're going to find yourself in a position where you will likely miss some assignments. It may be that you miss an assignment because you did not properly schedule enough time to complete that assignment, or you may miss an assignment in a different class because you spent too much time on the assignment you didn't properly budget your time for. So something that will help you in this process is to map out the available time on each available day you have for each week. Let me show you this in the Student Success Journal again. This is the second page of the weekly item sheet. We looked at the first page earlier when discussing the importance of writing down your weekly assignments. On this sheet, you can see that the primary thing here is to state how many available hours you have, how many hours you anticipate will be needed for each class or assignment, and then take each available day and establish what you will study and for how long. If you will do this, then you will always know what you have due, when it's due, and then an idea as to how much time you should spend on each assignment and when. And this leads us to our fourth and final action. Follow your schedule to the best of your ability. If you truly want to be successful as a student, then you have to put in the time and effort on each of your assignments when it's appropriate, when it's necessary. There's really no other way around it. However, you can make the process a lot easier for yourself if you will put in the few minutes it takes each quarter and week to write down your assignments, determine how much time is needed for them, and then execute your schedule. Then, I promise, as a student, you will succeed more than you fail. Success in school, and the same is true for life, often comes down to having a simple but effective process in place that directs you from start to finish. The more you implement and follow the process, the easier the process gets, because as humans, that's just the way we operate. Whether it's a good habit or a bad habit, we get good at what we do. Diligence yields more diligence, but procrastination yields more procrastination. Discipline yields more discipline, but a lack of discipline yields a further lack of discipline. It's basic behavioral psychology rooted in the premise of the law of effect. We get good at what we do. So what have you gotten good at? Have you developed good or bad student habits? Well, if to this point getting your assignments done on time and with quality has been a struggle, then you now have some actionable steps, a proven process that you can begin immediately implementing. Whatever methods you use, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you write down every assignment you have at the beginning of every term. Segment your assignments into sections of time. Create a weekly calendar for yourself, and then follow your schedule to the best of your ability. If you will do these four things faithfully, then I have no doubt that you will have success each and every semester. If you want to save time and headache and think that the Student Success Journal will help you, then follow the link in the description below. Once you get there, there's some social options available in order to unlock the journal for free. If you decide it's not for you, then at a minimum, design some pages for yourself that satisfy these actions we've discussed here today and hack your way towards success. You want to be successful. I want you to be successful. Take the smart path and begin taking ownership over your study schedule. If you found today's video helpful, then please help us grow our community here by hitting the like button below, and also share this with your friends and classmates. Learn, develop, grow. That's the culture of learning that we're trying to develop at Think It Clear. If you want to further boost your skills as a student, subscribe to the channel and then hit that thinkitclear.com link. I'm Dr. Jason Wright. See you next time.